All right, family. So here is the homework for the evening. I assigned page 37, numbers 4 and number 10. So this one's pretty straightforward. We have been finding fractions of fractions. We have been using an area model, and we have been dividing that area model based into the fractions given in a problem. So for example, this fraction would be 1/2 of 1/3. So actually, let me go ahead and start over to make this most clearly match what we've been doing in class. So 1/2 of 1/3, students would start off with dividing something into a third, identifying 1/2 of it. I'm sorry, one of the three parts. So we've divided it into thirds. We are choosing 1/3 right here. And then we're going to take half of it. And we've been going half in the other fraction, at least in the other direction. I'm going to go ahead and change colors. And of those two halves, I just need one of them. So then we would color in that piece, and we would discover that there are now 6 equal pieces. And what was purchased, this was a brownie pen in the examples, is one of those 6. So our answer should be 1/6 if we're looking at it visually. Now, I did say, I've been telling the students that we are learning this to understand where the algorithm comes from of just multiplying straight across. Now your students need to put that understanding into practice and start applying the algorithm, which is 1/2 of 1/3. We multiply straight across. And just like our area model showed us, the answer is 1/6. This is all I need to see from your students. For part B, we've got 1/2 of 1/4, and we realize we end up with a smaller piece. So we end up with 1/8. Our area model showed us that. C, we're taking 1/2 of, 1/2 of 2/3. Now, logically, if you have 2/3 and you cut that in half, you're going to end up with 1/3, right? So we're going to go ahead and multiply this across. We get 2/6. We reduce this fraction and we get 1/3. So our area model would prove it, logic proves it, and then the algorithm proves it here that 1/2 of 2/3 is 1/3. Now we're on to D. In D, we are asked to take 1/2 of 3/4. That will get us 3/8. It's nothing to reduce there. Circle our answers. Mine are written a little close and a little messy. Sorry about that. I don't have lined paper. I guess I do have lined paper. I can import that. So that would be our problem number 4. All right. So speaking of lined paper, let's see if I can quickly import some lined paper here. Paper. Let's go ahead and pretend we are using a spiral here. All right. And here we go. Number 10. Shanice is making snack bags for her daughter's field hockey team. She, let me get that thing out of the pretzel, puts 3/4 of a cup of pretzels, 2/3 of a cup of popcorn, 1/3 of a cup of peanuts, and 1/4 of a cup of chocolate chips in each bag. She wants to make 12 snack bags. How much of each ingredient does she need? So of each ingredient, so we're going to have to multiply each of them by 12, and we should label what we're doing. So let's go ahead, start off with 10A. And for 10A, we're gonna need pretzels. Pretzels, can't spell, worth a darn. We're gonna need pretzels. And for our pretzels, we are going to take 12 over 1. We talked about whole numbers over 1 as a fraction to allow us to quickly multiply this with another fraction. So if I want to write a whole number as a fraction, I simply place the whole number over the number 1, because 12 divided by 1 would give us the whole number 12. And then we're going to multiply that times the value that we needed to use for pretzels, which was 3/4. This takes us to 3/4 of a cup if we're being specific. 12 times 3 is 36. Keeping that on the line. 36 divided by 4. Multiply 1 times 4, we get 4. We can simplify 36 over 4 as 9. I need 9 cups of pretzels. Now I need to do that for all the other ingredients. So we're going to go over here to popcorn. And for popcorn, we're going to do 2/3 of a cup. So again, I need 12 times as much. 12 over 1 times 2/3 of a cup. Let me get my pen smaller. 2/3. That is going to give me 24 over 3. I simplify that to 8, and I have 8 cups of popcorn. 2 more to go. Peanuts. Peanuts. We've got 1/3 cup of peanuts. So we're going to multiply that times 12 over 1, 1/3. This is going to equal 12 over 3. This equals 4 cups of peanuts. And then finally, chocolate chips. So we have chocolate chips. Chocolate chips. And for chocolate chips, we're going to take our 12 over 1 and multiply that times 1/4. That gives us 12 over 4, which then reduces to, simplifies to 3 cups of chocolate chips. I might even want to box my work. Circle my answers. And there we go. So I've got pretzels, 9 cups, popcorn, 8 cups, peanuts, 4 cups, and chocolate chips, 6 cups. What students are really practicing here is multiplying a whole number by rewriting it as a fraction, multiplying straight across, and then reducing as needed. Simplifying as needed, or reducing, depends. Those are two different procedures. That's why I pause on it. B, Shanice decides that she would like to make snack bags for her card club. There are, hold on one second. Okay, you're supposed to do, there we go. There's, oops. I guess I don't really have to duplicate it. Shanice decides that she would like to make snack bags for her card club. There are 15 people in the card club. How much of each ingredient will she need? So we're going to go through this same process, but instead of multiplying by 12, we are going to multiply by 15. So let me go ahead and change colors so that it's really obvious. It's really obvious that we are working with a different number set here. Let's go red. I'm going to go ahead and erase. And instead of multiplying by 12, we're going to multiply by 15. And actually, that seems like a silly thing to do. So let's just go ahead and erase it all. Other than my titles. All right, so for pretzels, we are going to take 15 over 1. And we're going to multiply that times 3/4 for pretzels. And 15 times 3 is going to give us 45 over 4. Now we're going to simplify and reduce. So let's see, 4 goes into 4. That's going to be 11. And 1/4 left over. So we're going to need 11 1/4 cups for 15 people of pretzels. Next, we're going to move on to popcorn. Popcorn is 2/3. So we're going to take 15 over 1 times 2/3 for popcorn. That is going to give us 30 over 3. That reduces nicely. And we're going to have 10 cups of popcorn. 10 cups of popcorn, 11 and a quarter cups of pretzels. Let's move on to peanuts. Peanuts, we're going to take 15 over 1. We're going to multiply that by 1/3. 15 over 3, multiplying straight across. This will give me 5, and I am going to need 5 cups of peanuts. And then finally, we're working with chocolate chips. And chocolate chips, we're going to take our 15 snack bags over 1, multiplying times 1/4. That is going to give me 15 over 4. Okay, I need to simplify this. So that's 3 and 3/4. So I know 4 doesn't go into 15, so the next multiple under 15 is going to be 12. 4 goes into 12 3 times, with 3 remaining between 12 and 15. That's where I got my 3/4. So another way to look at that is I broke up 15/4 into 12/4 plus 3/4. Then 12/4 reduces to 3. 3/4 remains, so it's 3 and 3/4. So just in case your student needed a quick review on reducing proper fractions. So there's our answer. That's number 10. Hopefully you found that helpful, and I look forward to seeing 100% of all homework turned in by my 6th graders tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a great evening. If you have any questions, please use Parent View. Send me a message. Greatly appreciate any interaction. Have a great night.